Here we are at Amnicon State Park, Wisconsin. Gonna check out different waterfalls. Looks like you can see the upper falls sign over there. We got a lower falls sign. And then we got a now and then falls sign over there, so we'll check them out. Get you nice and close to this one. There's a beautiful covered bridge down there. Over there is Lower Falls. We're going to check that out next. Just a short little walk to the covered bridge here. I'm not going to spend too much time here today making my way home, but Pattison State Park is really close from where I am, so we're checking that place out next. See a couple more waterfalls there. They got the Manitou Falls. I think it's the Big Manitou and Little Manitou. I decided just to take a quick little walk this way. So I really don't want to spend too much time here because I plan on spending more time at Pattison State Park. It's like a 4-mile hike there. But while I'm here, might as well give it a little explore. I'm sure Pattison gets all the attention, so this is still a beautiful park. Interesting geology here. You can see how the rocks kind of go like that there. It's neat. Hello, Mr. Squirrel. You do need a park pass to enter the state park. As with any Wisconsin state park, I have the annual park pass. It's a little cheaper for Wisconsin residents, but I think I saw a fee station where you can purchase one as I was driving in, but I guess I don't have to worry about that because I already have one. It looks like there's actually a little more falls over here, so I'm going to check that out. Yeah. Looks like we definitely have another little waterfall over here. Hopefully the sun's not casting a glare on it. It's pretty bright right here. It's kind of cool how you can see how the water has been cutting its way through here. It makes its way down that way. And then cuts back again over that way. It's really kind of slippery looking here. I don't want to go messing around, but yeah, it's just a sharp angle there. But you can see there's a waterfall here, and then another one right over there. This is really slick here too. So I'm trying to get as close as I can. There we go. There's a better view of that other waterfall. Very pretty. I like it. Well, I am really glad I decided to just go for a quick little walk here. Otherwise, I wouldn't have seen this. I think this is actually better than the upper and the lower falls here. I still haven't seen the now and then falls yet, so I'm just gonna continue making my way over here. I was so enamored and entranced by the beauty of the waterfall, I didn't even see the sign here that says Snake Pit Falls. Alright, looks like we got one more pretty little waterfall. See down here? I love it. It's got this wonderful rock here you can sit on and just enjoy your day and gaze upon the peace and serenity of the waterfall there. Looks like you can see even more falls further up there. I'm actually pretty early this morning, about 10 o'clock at the latest. There's only one other car in the parking lot, so it's nice that I've got these trails to myself so far. really neat. It looks like the water goes down this way. And it also kind of forks off and goes down this way over here and does its own little thing. That is awesome. Wow. Whoa. This is so pretty. I love it. That's awesome. I love this spot. Well, unfortunately, I gotta get going soon because I gotta head to Pattison State Park and then I gotta make my way back home. Gotta be at work tomorrow. Alright, but there's the covered bridge there again, and this is right near the upper falls there. I think that's what that is right there. So it's not a very big area that you have to travel to see the waterfalls. Pretty small actually, but so much beauty in such a small little area. Yep, so that's where I first started. It was a viewing platform right over there. And it's just a short ways to the other falls and where it cuts over the other way there. So this is the road in here. And there's lots of places to stop and park as you're driving into the park here. There's little places to picnic at and stuff. And here we have the Now and Then Falls. Kind of reminds me of something out of like a Zen garden or something. Just arrived at Pattison State Park, and I'll be doing the Big Manitou Falls and the Manitou Falls Trail. So I parked right across the street at the Big Manitou Falls parking lot, and it has you following the road here just for a second. And there's the trail kind of continues up this way just for a little bit, it looks like. Alright. Once again, start off with a crazy view. An amazing waterfall. Wow. using my All Trails app. It's kind of confusing a little bit where you're going on the trails. Hi. I guess this gives you a nice view of how it's cutting through the rocks here. Here we are at the top of it. Not really much to see from this spot. Still definitely worth it though. It's a nice little view right here. Maybe put a little sailboat in the water there. Let's see if you can follow it all the way down. So it was about a 25-minute drive from Amnicon to Pattison State Park here. I think that's the lake right over there. And I believe the trail says I can follow it to the left over there, but I was talking to a lady and she's been coming out here all her life, and she said the best view was pretty much from where I had already seen it from. So now I'm just gonna skip that part. It's just a real short walk anyways. Just make my way right on through under the tunnel here. Great view. So it looks like there was more parking up there, and maybe I could have started the trail there, but I chose to park someplace else. But I'm actually on this little beaver trail, it's called, but this will bring me right up back up to the trail that I'm supposed to be on. No sense of me just going up towards the visitor center there. I'd rather stay right where I'm at and enjoy this view. Alrighty, and here's where those other trails meet up already. So this one It's just if you parked there, it's kind of takes you right down here. Anyways, so looks like we cross this bridge. So I think we have the campgrounds just right up top up there. And over here we have Interfalls Lake. So this is only a 4-mile hike. Nice little loop trail. Just across the bridge here, we have a sign. There's trails that continue off this way, but we're staying on this beaver trail. Takes us to Little Manitou Falls. Super pretty state park. I'm really liking it so far. Today's Wednesday. There's not really a whole lot of people out here. 11 o'clock in the morning. These trails are in pretty good condition. Just seen a couple squirrels and some geese and some other birds up here pretty much. You know, I've never met a Wisconsin state park that I didn't like. They're all pretty nice, but this one's gotta be towards the top. I really like everything about it. Trails are all nice. Got some beautiful waterfalls. Great scenery. Overall, great vibe. I don't know if that was natural or not, but that's still pretty funny. I believe this is the most northwestern state park in Wisconsin. So you got Pattison and Amnicon, which are both pretty close to each other. Making a really good time on the trail. It's only about 11:40. Bugs aren't too bad. I sprayed myself down with some DEET just in case. Just checked my app. It looks like I'm about the halfway point. We'll come to a spot here, and it looks like the trail says I could continue off that way, but that just takes you to the campgrounds, and it's like there and back, and I don't really need to see that, so I guess it's there for people that are maybe going to do this hike and they're just wanting to, you know, come straight from their campground. We're on the Little Manitou Falls trail. This one's there and back trail. So I'll be coming the same way on my way back a little bit. I think it was like a mile. Not too bad. I think just to mix it up and add as much variety as I can, I'll take this little side trail. It's just a short ways away from the other trail there. Let's see if I can stay on this one the way there and just take the main trail on the way back. This one's definitely, it's just got more roots on it. But keeps you closer to the river here, which I like. This forest has such a really nice smell to it. You know, we all know that each forest is unique, has its own little smell, but well, I think from now on, when someone says Wisconsin State Parks, I think the first thing that's going to come to mind is going to be Pattison State Park, because it pretty much has everything you think of when you think of the state park in Wisconsin. Alright, so this looks like the trail that I'll be taking on the way back, you know, that the main trail. But the trail that I was on, the little dirt trail, kind of disappeared there for the moment. Well, it looks like this little dirt path starts back up. I think most people watching would agree with me that y'all would rather probably take this path as well. Right here I get the first glimpse of Little Manitou Falls through the woods there. Very nice. I love it. So there is a parking lot right up there. So if somebody wanted to park closer to Little Manitou Falls, it's definitely possible, just like you could with Great Manitou Falls. There's a parking lot right there. This trail only continues on just a wee bit more, and I gotta make my way back. Really nice. It's a very picturesque waterfall. Visually stunning. And this is where I'll be enjoying my water and my snack. This little seat carved into the rocks at the top of the waterfall. So this is the end of the trail. With the Little Manitou Falls trail. Now we gotta make our way back. I'm trying to think of what I smell in the woods out here, and it just reminded me, it reminds me of like mineral spirits, like a turpentine, like when you're staining your deck or something. It has that smell. That's what it smells like out here. Alright, we're almost back to the spot. where we meet up with the beaver trail. And we'll be following it up the other side of the river and the lake back to the parking lot. We just came this way. So just came across that bridge earlier. Went up that way. Now we're coming back to that point, and here we are, headed towards Big Manitou Falls again. That's a 1 mile hike. I had to do a little bit of power walking. Whew. Getting up here. Not a whole lot of uphill, but there was right there. Now it's funny. Just go right back down. You can hear the highway up there as we get closer to the lake. And there's the beach where I started over there, on the other side of the lake. The parking lot back to my car is right over there. I want to thank everybody for watching. Until next time, take care and rock on.